Hi guys, it's Blair, and today I'm going to be talking about why every idea deserves its chance in your novel, especially in your first draft. The first draft is so hard to get started and get momentum to start going and write the first paragraph, and then the first page, and then the first chapter. And I think one thing that really stops me from writing a whole lot in the beginning of a book is just suppressing every single idea that I think is kind of out of the ordinary, or maybe doesn't exactly fit into this very strict box of what I've thought my story should be. I think that can be really harmful to your creativity and writing experience, especially if you're trying to start your first draft, because your first draft is not supposed to be a finished project. It's supposed to be just writing the story and the plot and making sure you know your characters and the world, and making sure the beginning fits the middle and fits the end. And the writing process of the first draft should be much different from like the third or the fourth draft. And I think sometimes I have trouble remembering that. And one thing that can really help you if you're stuck on the first page or the first chapter of a draft, of the first draft, would be just all those little ideas that you just like kind of put to the bottom of your document in your in your outline document, and you're just like, this scene isn't really going to work, this character isn't going to work, I can't have this subplot because it will take too long, nobody will care about it. Well, you should try it. Just like if you like that idea at all. If you don't like the idea, then obviously don't add it. But if you like the idea but you're just kind of hesitant to add it because you're afraid that nobody will like it, or it will just take too long, or it's not relevant, add it anyway, because you don't know what that idea will morph into, and it could help your story a lot, it could not be helpful at all, but if you don't put it in there, you won't know. So for me, this is more like little backstory scenes, or like subplots or character arcs that I'm not really sure about, but I really like the idea of. And I just decided, like, I put a little note in my document, just add everything. You can take it out later, but if you like the scene, you should add it and see if it works. And I'm writing a first draft right now, and this has been really helpful for me, because if I've come to a place where I'm like, I don't know about this idea, I like it, but it like seems kind of contradictory to like the rest of the characters, I'll just add it anyway, and then I'll be like, well, I added it, and if it doesn't work, then I can just take it out later or change it. That's the power of editing, right? I think you need to think foremost of your creative freedom in the first draft. You have so much. You have like endless creative freedom in the first draft, and you can do whatever you want. And obviously, if you want to write like an actual story, you maybe should like tone it down a little bit, like more focus that creative energy. But you can do whatever you want, and you should try to do whatever you like. And it's okay to be afraid of ideas that seem a little wacky, a little out of the ordinary, but you should try them anyway, because that's the point of a first draft, to like fail really miserably and write everything that you've ever thought of for this story, and then afterwards take a step back, maybe take a couple weeks back from the first draft, and then go back and look at all that you've written and see, well, I like this and I like this, but I don't like this, and this needs to go and this needs to stay, and like the whole middle is going to be taken out and all that kind of stuff. But you won't be able to have a first draft if you don't let yourself go free a little bit, and like put in that character, put in that subplot, try it out, see if it will work or not. And if it doesn't, it's fine, because you can just edit it out later. That's the great thing about a second draft and a third draft. So I'm definitely doing this a lot more in the draft that I'm writing right now. I'm adding a lot of backstory that I probably won't keep, but I still wanted to write out the scenes so that I knew what happened exactly in them, like the dialogue and everything. So I think this is a really helpful technique, especially if you're experiencing writer's block, or like just you cannot for the life of you like figure out what the first page should be in your draft. So I suggest trying out this technique if you're having trouble, if you're stuck, and tell me in the comments below if it helped you, because it's definitely helping me. And if it did, don't forget to like this video. Hopefully you like this kind of content, like writing, just talking about writing, talking about how to improve your writing, and movies and stuff that have to do with writing and story. If you do, then don't forget to subscribe for more of that kind of content. And If you have suggestions for like writing video ideas that you have, don't forget to tell me in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll probably see you next week sometime. So yeah, see you later. Bye!